guy type of answer, which is nice, but that wasn't what I was looking for. And what he said was, no, I know what you're thinking. No, let me tell you the story. And he talked about when he was a sergeant on patrol in South LA, and on night shift. And it's a busy time. As they say in the police search, you're always chasing the radio, going from one call to the other. And he came from a family that was very professional. He has a brother who's, a sister who's a doctor. He's got two brothers who run the family business, and he wanted to be a cop. And so the families always scratched their heads and said, why do you want to do this? And so one day, he's from Arizona, and one day his mother was visiting him, and he said, okay, come with me, come riding with me. I'm a sergeant, I can take people in my car, and I'll show you what I do, and maybe you'll get a sense of what it is that I do. And so they were doing out on patrol and all that stuff, and then suddenly, late, the radio starts going crazy with multiple calls about multiple shootings in a parking lot of Kmart, which was closed. So it was a vast, empty parking lot where there's some kind of gang shootout. And so they start running or driving, speeding to the site because he's the sergeant. He was going to have to be in charge of the site. And so on the way, he's telling his mom, listen, I'm going to have to get out of the car. I'm going to have to run this scene till the detectives come in and so forth. It's going to be quite busy. I don't want to worry about it. Stay in the car, don't get out of the car, and I'll get back to you as soon as we can. And so he gets there, and there's three people down in the parking lot at different parts of the Kmart parking lot, and one man is dead, or I should say one kid is dead. Another kid is wounded, but like a walking wounded. And one is shot and down, and as they say in police, he's circling the drain. They can just, it's like a triage thing. They immediately judge that he's not going to make it. And so he's left, and as they wait for ambulance and so forth. And so my friend Tim is controlling the scene and watching everything, and he forgets about his mom, and he's left in the car. And so after several minutes, more than an hour, he suddenly remembers my mom is in the car, and he turns back to his car, and the car is empty. And he looks around. It wasn't an hour, but anyway, his mom has somehow left this car, and he looks around and sees his mom kneeling next to the guy who's circling the drain, and she's holding his hand. And so he runs over there, and he's going like, Mom, what are you doing? I told you to stay in the car. When you get back in the car and all this stuff. And she said, I don't want him to die alone. And he said, that's what saved me as a cop. And it's informed everything he's done since that point as a detective, as a homicide detective.